Did you guys know that we can learn more about the Las Vegas Raiders from these last 2 days of joint practices with the San Francisco 49ers in the preseason game on Sunday? Starters don't play in preseason games. Head coaches actually like joint practices better because they can have their ones work against the other team's ones in a controlled environment that has situational football in it. Joint practices against a good team are a good measuring stick too. Remember 2021 when the Raiders had joint practices against the Los Angeles Rams, the bullies of the NFC West at that time? The Raiders got the better of it as players in key positions did well against them and they went to the playoffs that year. These last 2 days kind of have that same feel. First things first, we got to talk about quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. The media was critical of him because he threw a bunch of interceptions and his deep ball was off to start training camp. Isn't that what happens when your last practice was in November of 2022 and you're getting to know your new group of receivers though? Well, now it looks like he's worked off that rust and gotten to know his receivers a little better just in time to perform against his old buddies from the Bay Area. According to multiple reports, he was accurate, sharp, and decisive. It was also reported that he beat the 49er blitz with the quick release he's known for. His timing on the deep ball is coming back too. Oh, he didn't turn the ball over either. Unfortunately, the Raiders didn't come out of these practices without an injury. The 49ers caught superstar receiver Davante Adams going over the middle and he limped off the field not to return. Vic Tafur of The Athletic said he pointed to his lower leg. In his post-practice presser, head coach Josh McDaniels said he doesn't think the injury is that serious. Of course, we all hope he's right and we'll be keeping track of this. Just a few days ago, we were wondering if those interceptions in practice were Garoppolo's rust or the defensive backs of the Raiders getting better. I'm going to go ahead and say it was both. Garoppolo got his bearings back and was sharp these last couple of days. The Raiders secondary got 4 more interceptions out of 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy today after getting 2 out of him yesterday. The number changes every time I see a report, but I believe the Raiders had 6 total interceptions today alone. Marcus Peters has been an interception machine with 32 interceptions and 6 pick sixes in 7 seasons in the NFL. He's come over here and gotten others in the habit of picking the ball off too. Fellow corner Duke Shelley came up with one of them yesterday along with Peters. Today Peters came up with 2 more along with linebacker Robert Spillane who also had 2. It's just practice, but I'll tell you what, the defense wasn't doing this in practice over the previous few years, so I believe it's a sign of things to come. For so long, the Raider defense has made opposing quarterbacks look better than they are, but starting with these last couple of days, they're making them look bad. I can't wait to see them in week 1. The secondary has been able to do their job because the defensive line is coming. The Raiders are going to have a rush coming from the interior this year. Nesta J. Silvera is a run-stuffing nose tackle, but he's been putting heat on the quarterback. So is fellow nose tackle Neil Farrell and interior defensive lineman Byron Young. Remember interior defensive lineman Jerry Tillery who came in and improved the pass rush last year? He's even better now. He's had a good last couple of days too. I told everyone that would listen Tillery was a bust with the Los Angeles Chargers because he played woefully out of position for them. They had him playing on the edge way too much when his size and skill set is made to rush the passer from the inside. He has to be double teamed in there. Edge rusher Chandler Jones got 3 of his 4 sacks after Tillery got there last year because of that. It looks like Tillery's still having a profound effect on Jones because he's been doing his thing the last couple of days. The report is he's been getting to the quarterback along with fellow edge rusher Max Crosby, the usual suspect. The secondary and defensive line going to be different this year. Again, joint practices against good teams are the best way to see where you're at as a team. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan even says so. Believe it, Raider Nation, the Raiders are much better on defense this year. The defensive line is getting pressure on the quarterback and the linebackers and defensive backs are getting interceptions for those much needed turnovers. Oh, and please, no more panic in regards to Garoppolo. He's going to be just fine. I'm not making any bold predictions here, but believe me when I say there's reason to be excited this season. They just need running back Josh Jacobs to sign that tag and come on. Thank you for watching. See you next time.